is Miranda, and today I am here to discuss all my thoughts on the season 3 of Skam Italia, which was of course Eleonora's season. I was reacting to all the episodes as they came out, which are on my channel if you want to check those out, but now that the season is done, it's time to look at it as the whole picture. How good was it? Where could it have done it better? And I think for the most part, my feelings for this whole season in general were that I was pleasantly surprised in how much I enjoyed it. I think one of the things that really affected all the Skam remakes that I was watching, aside from like Spain and France, is that they were all pretty much on their Nooras season. So that's 4 remakes that are all basically telling the same story, changing it, you know, variations here and there, but basically telling the same story. I am going to discuss this when I make my Skam wrap up, but Skam was really the one that I was thinking was going to blow me away, and that ended up being really disappointing to me. So it was really surprising just to have one that I thought I was going to love not be my favorite, and one that I thought I was going to be, you know, fine with, you know, maybe not like looking forward to it every week, be one that I absolutely loved. And I don't think it was by any means a perfect season. I said during watching the remakes, and I still agree, that I feel like they very much underutilized the girl squad in this season and kind of just underutilized everyone but Eleonora and Eduardo. Like, this season very much focused on their relationship, which was really nice because it made me root for them and made them a lot stronger to me than I initially thought they would. Like beforehand I liked them, I thought they were cute, but after the season they really became like one of my favorite Norhelm couples, like up there with Mia and Alex from the German version and Zoe and Senna from What Fuck. I always want to say blah, blah, blah. So that was like a pleasant surprise, but I feel like, was it at the expense of the girl squad and, you know, seeing Eleonora with her brother? Like, I really wanted to see more development with, like, you know, her brother and the girls in general. Like, you even saw like the part when she was breaking down in the radio booth and Ava went to go run to her and Sana was like, held her back and was like, no. And I get, in a way, someone was like, oh, they're just like giving her a moment, but I'm like, you don't want a moment right then. Like, she's been having moments to herself all freaking week and going through it. Like, this is the time where I don't care, like, I am going to comfort my friend. Even like when she was telling them what happened, it felt very like not as intimate as it should have. Like, I just feel like it was very, like, even the way they were positioned, they weren't all like around her, it was kind of like them versus her. And just compared to like the other remakes that we got, especially like look at like Skam Austin when she told her girl squad what was happening, how they were all very close and hugging and everything like that, I just feel like it was a bit disappointing. You're supposed to see how close the girl squad is, so to see them kind of disappear for so long and not really have a say in what was happening, it just felt like it was a big missed opportunity. And then especially with her brother as well, I felt like her family, I just thought was going to play a way bigger part. We actually saw her mom, so I thought her mom was going to be like a bigger role in this, and she didn't really necessarily have all that much to do. I think we saw her twice. It was a lot of like guesswork on your part, like you had to like make inferences about their relationship and about what was going on with the mom based on like what was happening. Nothing was ever like outwardly stated. And then I just feel like, especially like I'm watching What Fuck right now, and like to see how Milan comforts Zoe after everything, to see that like she didn't really have that Eleonora comfort with her brother. They never gave that scene. Like, I feel like there's so much they could have done with that relationship. I was really excited in season 2 when they announced that like Iskil, their character, was going to be her brother, because I just feel like they could have built a lot more about that relationship. So that's the thing I think they didn't do good. But on the flip side, like I said, maybe at the expense of that, Eleonora and Eduardo's relationship was really, really good. They actually made the changes. I don't know if they listened to fans who weren't like pleased with how season 2 happened in the OG, not season 2 in Skam Italia. It didn't seem like he ever blamed Eleonora for what happened with his brother, and he even told her beforehand like, hey, my brother has done stuff like this before. So it made it seem more like he was just kind of like, I'm never gonna get to be happy, like everything I touch, everyone's gonna get hurt because of my brother. What I think was really great is that they gave her the opportunity to tell him. It wasn't that his brother turned around and said it and ruined everything between them. I liked that because it was giving the power back to Eleonora. She was getting to tell it on her terms and not letting the brother get in there and manipulate or rile Eduardo up. Like, she got to sit down and be like, hey, this happened, I don't know necessarily what happened. Like, it was just a very strong moment, I feel like, to see someone who had been through that be able to take it back and be able to tell the person and not have it, you know, told for her by by the brother to ruin their relationship. Again, I'd love if he was like, I don't blame you, but it was very much still like, he didn't blame her. I wish he had stuck around, but it was kind of like I need a while to process this, because it's kind of like, you know, with his background, you can imagine he's kind of like, oh crap, it happened again. Like, I just can't protect the people I love. And that's what Eduardo's character is all about. He cares so deeply for the people he loves. Like, there's not a lot of people he loves, but if you're one of them, he's gonna go like 0 to 1,000 for you, like all the time. So it was kind of just devastating for him. And I feel like, again, he didn't blame her. It was just kind of a like, I told you about my brother, like you didn't trust me, and now this has happened. And I just feel like there's not a sustainable relationship if we can't trust each other. And I feel like that was really, it made sense to me. And like I said, I really rooted for them. And Eduardo was such a soft boy. Like, I honestly thought he was just going to be like one of the more assholey Williams. Apparently that was reserved for Noah. No, he was really, really sweet, and he was really soft and like cuddly, and you know, he really had this like tough exterior. I think they did a really good job with like portraying that kind of William-esque-ness of like having this really tough exterior where you don't let anyone in, but then you're literally just a marshmallow on the inside. And even more so than the OG William, I think. He was just so cute and so sweet. Eleonora herself, I loved seeing her story and seeing her grow and change. They did an awesome metaphor that I had pointed out a couple times in the season, where throughout she was very connected to nature. She had her garden that she grew. They were very good about connecting that to where she was. So like when she was in a good place, they would do a lot of scenes with her with like out in the garden or just somewhere that had like a lot of greenery and the trees were all blooming. Her plants would be like nice and full. There was even a part where like she started to feel, I think, like things were getting better. Her brother had got her a new plant, and then there were the times when she was not doing good and something bad was happening. She either like wasn't taking care of her garden, or they were very much like taking the chance to show her in places that, or they were showing her in places that like were kind of like there were no plants, or like they were dead. There was even a scene, I think, where her brother accidentally killed her plant because he didn't water it or something like that when she was going through everything with the brother. And it just kind of, it was very nice to see that metaphor kind of all tied up together to show that like Eleonora is connected to nature. And I feel like it's very nice when you can see something physically that matches where a character is throughout the season, because it was a nice way to track her progression. You know, like she was in her garden when she was happy, and then when she wasn't, it was like you never saw it and everything was kind of dead and sad like she was inside. I really was impressed with this season, and I said for the longest time that I wasn't going to watch season 4 just because of the whole controversy with the sauna casting, but now I'm kind of like, I kind of want to watch it, but at the same time I don't want to see them just mess up Eleonora and Eduardo again. I was personally blown away by this season. I also think the one thing that concerns me is like with the switch, I feel like they didn't, how they switched, so they did Martino's season first and then Eleonora's, I feel like they didn't utilize that enough in a way. Like I feel like Martino and Nicole just kind of disappeared, which is fine, but then it's like, why would they disappear this season then just to come back in such a big way in season 4? Like that doesn't necessarily makes so much sense to me. So we'll see how that plays out. But if you've seen the season, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down in the comments. Also make sure this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!